guess I know I've attended a lot of safety committee meetings where you've been there to talk about the possibility of a train derailment in Hawkins County, because they start in Bowles Gap and go all the way to the other end.
Yeah, they go all the way out. What is the railroad up?
Norfolk Southern.
Yeah, Yuma.
Okay.
Right there at the where they got the switch yard up there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean they travel. That's the thing. They travel, come in Bulls Gap, and they actually, because I've looked at the rail line, on a map, and they catch Sir Gowensville, then they go right downtown Churchill and right downtown Mount Carmel.
Right, and they go through downtown Bulls Gap too, right?
Yes, well they actually do. I guess if you look at it like that, because they kind of split there and go towards Morristown. Yeah. So they do catch Bulls Gap, a lot of Bulls Gap.
Yeah.
And that's something that we're aware of. But I've got a commodity study from the railroad a couple years ago. Well, it's been about 2 years ago, and there's a lot of hazardous materials that come through our county.
Right.
And the primary thing we're going to do if we have a train accident is going to be, deny entry, identify the product, find out what's on there, and it's really essentially to protect the citizens. We're going to have to evacuate and get them back until we decide on what's going on. In Ohio, they hit some some of the hazardous materials, and when they made some of the decisions that they made, good or bad,
that's what I want to ask you about.
They ended up with a really bad situation.
Well, so did they tell you specifically what is on those trains that come through?
They do.
County?
They do.
It the same stuff that they go through?
I was going through it, and I've not found. Well, I've not looked for every product, but I started with the vinyl chloride, and I've not seen any of that yet. That was one of the products on it. But I was looking, and I've not seen it, but we have similar products.
Right.
It may not be the exact same thing. We got some chlorine that comes through here. Not lots of chlorine, that at best I could tell, but we do have those kind of products that come through here.
So
but we have thousands of tank loads of hazardous materials.
Right. On what kind of a basis? Like a daily basis?
Yeah, it comes through on a daily basis.
So there's long trains. How many trains come through?
I don't know. I really don't know how many come through. The rumor is, when I started doing the HAZMAT here, what they call it is the death train at night. So, I guess there's a big. I guess at night, 2 or 3 in the morning, there's some big runs of cars.
That'd be a bad time for derailment when everybody's sleeping.
It is. It is. And that's one of the things. If people are asleep, you're not going to see the clouds. You're not going to see anything that could be associated with it.
Right.
A lot of people may not smell it if there's an odor to it. So nighttime throws up a lot of other problems.
Well, I'm sure that the railroad system is always on your mind and what's going through. But with what happened in Ohio, did that put you at any more distress or concern level?
It does. It makes you think about. Well, made me think about what we need to do to get more prepared for that. I mean, I know we talk about it. We know, we have an idea of what comes through here. That's not counting the trucks that come through, the tankers, with the surrounding industry that we've got.
Yeah.
But we've got to look at more. We need to look at more of our monitoring, because we don't have. When we've talked about before in the safety meetings, that we need monitors. And of course, when you get monitors, you get reoccurring costs, because the monitors, sensors go bad and you have to replace sensors. So how do you balance out, buying, a $1,000, $1,500 monitor, and, 3 or 4 years, sensors start going out, and, how do you adjust, or how do you make that work, with the budgets, that we have here. But yeah, it makes you think about what we can do better. But with an incident that size, the big thing would be just protecting the citizens, evacuation, and then making a plan. Doing essentially, I guess what they did. Make a plan, but
burn it.
Yeah, I don't know if you want to light it off like they did. I heard some of the other hazmat guys that's been in it for years and years and years, on newscasts and stuff like that, and they're, nobody's ever heard of detonating a container.
No, you dig it up and you put it in cans, and you take it somewhere and you bury it in a concrete vault.
Yeah, and there was a fear because the fear was, what I understand was the relief valves on the vessels or on the tanks. Mm-hmm. They were afraid the relief valves were messed up, so they were afraid there was going to be pressure buildup in the tanks, mm-hmm. and they would rupture and it would be uncontrolled. Mm-hmm. So that's when I think they decided, well, let's just detonate it and spill it all out and we'll burn it.
Yeah.
Well, that didn't go so well.
No.
So, to me, my thought would be, let's put a lot of water on it. Let's keep it cool. Try to keep the temperatures down. And,
mm-hmm. Was that a railroad decision or was that their local rescue agency?
No, I think it was the railroad.
So
because if we were to have a railroad accident here, they're going to be here in no time because they have crews set up just for. That's what they do.
Right.
They're ready. They have the heavy equipment.
But you are looking at the best interest of the people.
Right.
Are they looking at the best interest of the people?
That can get. I want to say yes, blurry? And I would think yes, but looking at it also, you're looking at a commerce issue. There's, the longer a rail is shut down, the thousands of dollars they're losing per hour. So, I guess I think it's easy to look at it and go, well, they're just trying to make money versus was it a good decision?
Or not spend money, basically.
Right.
I think it would have cost a lot more money to clean it up properly.
Yeah.
Than just burning it.
Right. And, and I think when those big black plumes of smoke went up, anybody halfway sensitive knows what's going to be in all that black smoke as it goes up. Your toxic chemicals and unburned stuff. And so, I think they're going to have a problem for many years. So,
from your point of view, having the exact same railroad driving through here, what do you do as the hazmat chief? What is your plan?
We prepare. Yeah. That's what we do. We can, if something happens with the railroad or with a car, we've got some guys trained where we can repair small things. Mm-hmm. When you're talking about 5 cars coming off the track and you've got multiple cars, which you get big leaks. The cars are so heavy and the steel in them are so thick it's hard to do anything with it. If you've got a gash in it or something. Mm-hmm. So you got to look at the container, the tank. How's it compromised? Is there gouges down the side of it? Does it look like it's intact? Those are the things that we would look at. As far as preparing. We've got the guys and trained guys who we can stop a leak if it's small. But when you get into something larger, that's going to be, and that's for pretty much any hazmat team you've got. It's going to take more of a regional response.
Right. Yeah.
You're going to have the railroad come in automatically on that. You can have TEMA. You're going to have just a large response for something like that.
All right. So when people go, the train drives right past houses in Rogersville, Churchill, Mount Carmel. After this incident, is there any way that you can make them feel rest at ease or feel like?
Well, people don't think about the trains when they go by. They don't think about the placards on the trains.
I do.
All the cars on it. If it's a hazardous material, it's got a diamond-shaped placard on it.
Yeah.
And it's got the United Nations number, a UN number, which you can look at and look up and see what's in those cars.
Yeah.
So, I think to reassure them, the cars are built very safe. Mm-hmm. They're built to withstand accidents. They're built to actually, if they're in a derailment, they're built to come off the track. Instead of staying hooked onto the wheels, they actually will come off the we call them trucks. They're actually designed to come off the trucks. So with those safety features built in, they are heavy gauge steel. Mm-hmm. So they're tough vessels. They really are. So, but there are accidents.
Yeah.
Things happen.
Yeah, it's not unprecedented here. There was a train derailment right up the road here.
Yeah.
I don't know how long ago. It's 10, 15 years or something like that.
Right.
So it's not been that long ago.
And and up in the upper end, they have derails. They I don't want to say common, but every now and then they hop off the track.
Yeah.
And they do that. So get better.
Do you guys have a lot of contact with the railroad? Are they easy to work with?
They are easy. They are good to work with.
Yeah.
They don't. The dealings that I've had with them when I was with Kingsport, they didn't show up and just shove you out of the way. They were really good. but I think, it's just, I think as long as we didn't say, well, this is ours, and I don't think we'd have an issue, because if you've got a rail car, you're going to have the railroad.
Right. Right.
So
it's their railroad.
It's their railroad. Yeah. It's their rail cars. It's their, it's their stuff.
Right.
So, and they've got the equipment to handle it.
Right. They know it better than you guys, I guess.
They do, and that's what they deal with.
Yeah.
So, and you're right. our concern is the citizens. Is the, as they say, citizens and visitors to Hawkins County.
Right.
That's our
preserving life.
That's it. It's life safety's number one.
Yeah.
And I think the big thing with us, it would be identify it and start evacuating the people, and then start seeing exactly what we've got. Is it going to grow? Do we need to get bigger with the evacuations, or don't let people get in there? A lot of people are nosy. They want to run in and see what's going on.
Is the next public safety committee meeting, is this going to be a topic of discussion, do you think?
I don't know. I'm going to be there. I'll be there, and if they want to talk about it, we can talk about it.
Yeah.
But I'll be there and just kind of give them an update on the HAZMAT team, what's going on.
Do you guys do any kind of drills or something like that?
We had class. We had a 8-hour class. It's been a couple of months now. We're trying to do classes to keep our guys' certifications up and make it easier for our guys to keep their technician specialist certifications up. So we're trying to do some of that, and we need to have more training, and that's something that we're trying to work on. To say it's regular, I'm not going to say that to you.
But it seems like another deal. Like 20 years ago, there was a big hazmat drill at Phipps Band with people in the suits.
Right. Like they did have one, and I remember when they had that. I do. Yeah, they had it was wasn't it wasn't it a regional one? It was.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we've not done anything that large that I know of since then. You can have TEMA. Well, actually, this summer we got a grant to put on 2 liquid propane trainings, live fire. So the fire academy is actually bringing all their props up, and I think we're going to try to have it at Phipps Bend in June and October.
Oh,
2
cool.
Separate classes. So if you can't come in June, you can come in October.
That's cool.
So we got a grant for that, and we're going to try. We got it through the HAZMAT team, and we're going to try to get everybody we can locally in it, absolutely locally first, and then open it up for surrounding county, Sullivan, Green.
I guess equipment and training are the 2 top priorities.
It is. And I wish we could do it overnight.
Yeah.
It's slow.
Yeah.
When you talk about equipment, our suits, they pass the test, but they're old. Our suits are 14 years old. They recommend every 5 years of trading them out, but they're still passing the pressure test.
Yeah.
So, a suit costs $1,500-$1,600, and we need, we got 6. We need at least 6 suits. So that's what we're looking at, as far as suits go. So
I remember they had the suits in the showers and the everything.
Right.
Whole shebang. All right. Well, let me get a picture of you.